Hi, I'm Robert Ross, and I'd like to welcome you to the first Joy of Programming series. If this is your first time with us, allow me to extend a personal invitation for you to get your computer and your keyboard and code along with us each show. If you have been with us before, please allow me to thank you for inviting us back into your home. In today's show, we will be talking about embedded programming languages and the internationalization of software. To help us understand these concepts and how to implement them, we will be altering a happy little maze game. So let me tell you what I have going on here. We have prepped our software canvas with the boilerplate code for this maze game, which you can find and download from the description below. So I'll tell you what, let's get started. As you can see, when we compile and run our program, a nice introductory text comes up, and then a beautiful maze below it. However, we have no way to progress through the maze right now. So instead of using normal keyboard keys to progress through the maze, we shall use embedding to incorporate the programming language Lua to enable us to call functions to move while the program is running. Today, we'll have them run all the external software and libraries we need at the bottom of the screen there to incorporate Lua. To install these, links to the instructions to do so are in the description down below, and don't be afraid to pause the video and download them before resuming along with us. Now for those wondering, an embedded language is a programming language that is included in software as an extension to that software. Now embedding can be used to add more flexibility to software in a wide variety of ways. Now developers, they normally use it to simplify tasks that would otherwise be harder to implement, as it allows for the automation of those more simpler tasks. Minimum programming experience is needed to use an embedded language, as you are interpreting a script rather than compiling source code. So don't you worry if you haven't done anything like this before. To integrate an embedded language is easy peasy, as there are many uses for embedded languages. In the case of our game today, we will be using embedding of Lua to enable us to call functions while the program is running. However, there are a few drawbacks to using an embedded language. Since it's being interpreted rather than compiled, using embedded languages makes our happy little program take a bit more time to run. It's harder to debug too, as there sometimes aren't development environments available, so make sure you bring along a can of bug spray to help with this. Alright, so let's set up our Lua state first. Can't have our scripting without our state. Let's put this in a nice little function. Alright, you just put that in here like this, any way you want it to be. That's just right. There we go. Alright, and now we'll make some happy little lambda statements here for Lua to call to go along with our state. These turn out to be your very best friends. Take care of them and treasure them. Ah, there we go. Look at how nice these are. There. Now our state is all set up. Now we have to get the input interface. Can't do much with a scripting language without a way to access it. So let's make a function to run our strings as scripts. That's right, you can do this. I know you can. Alright, perfect. Now we'll get the whole thing in a nice try-catch block so that it tells us if something goes wrong. Alright, and there we go. Now we should be able to use Lua. Oh, forgot an argument there. Just a happy little accident. Now, would you look at that? Our functions work now. Now, friends, we will explore the beauty of internationalization. Now, what is internationalization exactly? It's kind of a confusing word. Well, it is a means of adapting computer software to different languages and to the regional cultural differences of different people around this big blue world of ours, whether you are titanium white, midnight black, or cadmium yellow. Now, you may think that this internationalization is simply just translating languages. However, it is much more complex than that, my friend. For one, if we want to include the Japanese people in playing this lovely game of ours with us, then we would need to adapt our game to use their symbols rather than just our English characters. Also, our brothers and sisters who speak Hebrew read text from right to left, but not left to right like we do. So internationalizing our program for them would have to swap not only the letters themselves to new ones, but the direction of our text too. And even if we consider the people of the good United Kingdom right across the beautiful Atlantic Ocean, even though they speak English too, they would have a different dating system and courtesy from us. If we had software dealing with these things, we would have to internationalize our software to their needs as well. As you can see, conventions vary from place to place, and it can become very difficult to accommodate everyone. Alright, so let's get started internationalizing our maze game to accommodate some of the nice other languages of our world, like French, Filipino, Dutch, Zulu, Afrikaans, and even Klingon, just to enter the critics. The language files for these are included in the provided boilerplate code, so there's no need to learn how to speak 5 other languages. Hell, I don't think I could do that myself, even if I wanted to. Alright, now that we have that nice and done, let's get on to nice good old internationalization. We'll put it in its own class, little class here. Alright, well, we want a function to get a string, and one that loads the internationalization from a file. We'll put all the strings into a nice little map. Alright, there we go. Just make love to that sweet, sweet code. We computer scientists are a different breed of people. We're a happy bunch. Alright, we'll set that up. And now we'll get our internationalization constructor and destructor out of the way here. Now for our get function, we'll just return the value from the map if it exists. No pressure there. Just relax and watch it happen. Now some people tell me they have trouble file load, but that just comes with practice. And anything you're willing to practice, you can do. I believe in you. Alright, so let's get that file open and find the first key hidden right in there. Alright, that just sits right there and has a good time. Alright, now from there, we want to parse the rest of the file. So we'll just keep going until we get to the end of it. Make sure we didn't forget anything in it. And we want to keep parsing it until the file we find the next key. And so on, till we're all done. Then we can tippy-toe right just back over here and start adding in this code here. Alright, there we go. I think that's alright. You know, I taught my son to code programs like these, and guess what? Now he creates the best darn programs in the industry. Now let's go on ahead and replace all our good old hot code strings. Get all those old strings right out of there, throw them in the trash, and put in our new shiny internationalized versions. All you need to program is just a few tools, a little instruction, and a nice vision in your mind. This is your world. You're the creator. Find freedom on this canvas. Believe that you can do it, because you can. You can do it. I believe in you. Alright, there we go, all done. Now let's compile the devil out of this. Oh, we got a few bugs in there. That's okay, that's okay. It's better where you know where they are so you can squish them. Well, I guess I'm a little weird. I like to talk to strings and for loops. That's okay though. I have more fun than most people. Alright, now that those happy little accidents are all out of there, looks like all the text loads in there just fine now. Now let's make it so we can change our language while it's running. We already got the embed language in there, so we can give him internationalization as a friend. Alright, we'll put together another lambda here. This is my favorite part. I always get comments saying they never believed they could program functionally, and they're doing it. Their friends and family don't believe it when they look at the programs, but they're doing it. Good on you guys. Alright, that just sits right there and has a good time. And would you look at that? It all works. Now you can go ahead, hide your name in that little rascal, and call it a day. So, I hope that you enjoyed this one, and from all of us here, happy programming.